How about now?
Nope.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Are we there yet?
I turned the hardware acceleration back on
Yeah. We'll see how
so that
goes.
maybe I can turn it back off later on and get a little extra mileage.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Jason, I'm going to have to fix because I didn't know you were going cam today. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, I just fixed it. You're on now.
It's got to be iMac related.
Oh yeah, it is. It is iMac related for sure. Jason's doing a little shimmy.
But I mean, it can't be compromising that many resources and causing that lag. Like this, I'm barely using the damn thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to fix that. Now I have to listen. Josh's delay again. I can't do it. That's what Wade just said.
Am I delaying already?
What are you talking about, Dave?
I'm reading YouTube chat. I'm sorry.
Bro, you gotta let us know that. I didn't know we had a listener on.
Yeah, we do. We have a viewer. I'm not used to having a viewer. I'm sorry.
Am I lagging already?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're fine.
I think he's just saying that he has to hear us talk about it again.
Oh, he's hurting me.
Reading YouTube chat. I'm sorry.
Hold on, let me turn my shit down here.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and Oh, Wade says it's just a joke.
Yeah, well, I got something there for Wade.
Man.
I'm just kidding, Wade. Don't leave. You're our only fan.
You think you're our only fan?
Yeah, I know, dude. I mean, look, we have one less YouTube subscriber over the last 28 days. So
Somebody
Good retention.
somebody unsubscribed. Yeah.
That's good retention. That could just been a bot.
Maybe.
I think it might have been Dave's mom.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
you made
after
one
my
too
joke last week.
one too
After the
many.
start of the last one.
Yeah. All right.
It
Anyway.
was probably McAfee.
Oh well, he's dead.
Exactly. He unsubscribed.
Oh,
Who?
John McAfee,
McAfee antivirus.
the
Oh,
founder of the antivirus is dead. Even though he hasn't been with the company since 1994 though.
Yeah, he sold his company.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Hey, how are you doing? How are you guys doing?
great.
Great, Dave. How are you doing?
I mean, dude, it's Saturday. I mean, I pretty much look forward to this all week. So.
Oh yeah, it's my Wednesday, Dave.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. It's my Wednesday as well.
Jason, you got a cat behind you on the kitchen counter, bro.
Yeah, the water's up there.
Oh.
Otherwise, the dog drinks it all. It's over the sink. We don't cook in the sink.
What's wrong with you?
That we don't cook in the sink? Well, it's because there's no fire in the sink.
Why don't you put fire in the sink?
I have made fire.
Exactly.
Fucking stupid.
Damn it.
Guys.
Loki can make fire in the sink.
You can make fireworks.
Yeah.
He can. Yeah, man. This week, I would say another solid episode of Loki. I would say it's a step down for me personally.
Yeah, but against the first two, I think this is probably the third best.
Yeah.
It's in third place.
Yeah, it is in third place. You know, I know Josh. Josh is not going to let me down here. Why did this episode suffer? What was it missing?
Mobius.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully him having like a lot more to do with the Marvel Universe after this.
But hey,
I hope he does.
But I will say, is Mobius? Is it actually like an Owen Wilson variant? Could be after this episode. That might be real truth right there.
Yes, Dave, it is. That's what they said in the episode.
He's a variant.
No, I mean like
Stupid.
a variant of Owen Wilson.
Dummy.
Like the actor Owen Wilson. God, dude.
Bro, I'm
Fucking-
so glad this is just on YouTube. Oh my god! Don't
my
say
God.
that. Wow.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
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 Oh.
Okay, anyways. Go ahead and
Dave?
start. Somebody fucking do this goddamn intro.
Okay, fine.
Hey, by the way, for our fan out there, tomorrow night we're going to be back live. We're going to be doing the Shitties, second annual Shitties, over the number 90, the movies from 94 to 90, right? Or
think
95 to 91.
It's
Yeah.
95 to 91.
95, 91. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, because it started at 100.
Yeah.
All right,
Math
Are we
is-
ready?
It started at the age of the human fossil.
Yeah.
bro, stop.
Yeah. Jason was
I'm
there.
much older than that. I'm not as old as Loki.
No, you
He
were.
is 1,070 or something.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. You were around. You saw Ben. You were there during Ben-Hur.
I was actually one of the timekeepers.
Oh, you are the timekeeper. That's gonna be the spoiler.
I'm the crypt keeper, timekeeper.
God, I want to die. I'm glad this isn't on the podcast.
I'm glad I didn't say, well, Owen Wilson's going to be Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow. Anyway, are we ready?
I mean, look, dude, I'm been ready.
Yes.
These jokes are fucking. We need to pick this shit up for the fucking podcast.
All right.
Shit's
Here we go.
bad.
I shouldn't have my camera on.
Man, we're wasting Wade's time over here. He's like, dude, this ain't funny to me.
All right.
Look, Wade, if you have to leave, just do us the solid of muting the YouTube and just leaving the tab open. You know, just
exactly.
make us think that you're still here, if nothing else. I'm just gonna sadly see the one viewer go to 0 and be like, God damn it, that's when we lost Wade.
We're going to text him. Wait, where the fuck did you go?
Where the fuck did you go? You fucked up. All right, Jason, pull
All
it.
right, here we go.
Misdirect.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys at a Mic presents Loki, an original new series on Disney+. I'm your co-host, Jason Tsunami.
Along with the human dart.
And David Disaster. God damn it.
What the hell did you guys do?
What are you talking about? You fucked up the intro. You started laughing.
Dude,
Oh,
look,
that was the one that doesn't count.
no, so
Oh, it counts because we're in.
I had
Okay.
I had completely turned around because I was laughing and I was trying to avoid the camera. I turn around unexpectedly, seeing Josh
Going crazy. over there.
just completely losing his mind, and so then I turned back. Yeah, we're down to 0 viewers, guys.
No. Oh man, you know what? That's okay.
You know what? It's okay.
That's fine, but
That's
you know,
okay. We're that's not important. What is important is Loki episode 3.
absolutely. And man, it's another good one. Very solid episode. It's a shorter episode, but
Yeah.
I think a lot happened, and we did have a pretty big reveal that I think we probably should have predicted.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But do you want to do the? I'll just do this. We'll,
Do the recap.
And then we'll do what we thought.
Yep.
All right. So episode 3 was labeled Lamentis. Episode 3 sees us pick up the chase with Loki to all places, the TVA. But we quickly port to the year 2077 to the moon named Lamentis 1, which of course is a catastrophic event of a moon that is about to be crushed by its home planet. The episode follows the duo as we have a truce team up with a 12-hour setup before the impact on the moon. We get a little bit of backstory, a character development, but the episode ends with what appears to be our duo about to be destroyed. That was it.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Cliffhanger. Initial thoughts?
Yeah, again, very solid episode. You know, I would put it just beneath the other two episodes. I think episodes 1 and 2 are kind of up there in, you know, pretty high standing. I put this just under that, but not far away.
Yeah, this is the type of episode that I didn't, with only 6 episodes in the series, I didn't think we would quite get like this episode. Where I mean, this is all backstory basically for Sylvie, or maybe not a ton of backstory, but just the chance to humanize Sylvie and
establish her character.
Meet her where she is, right? I didn't quite think you would get a full episode of that, maybe like a half an episode, but I thought they did a good job of, like, I think at the end of episode 2, I think we were all a little bit leery of, like, who's this Sylvie person or the Enchantress or Loki variant or whatever we were calling her. I think now, like, at least for me, like, I enjoy the character a little bit more now. I get a little bit more insight into her, and I'm a little bit more bought in. She's funny.
Yeah, because
and we did get the confirmation that this is a Loki. This is, like, we kind of discussed it last week, whether or not this was the Enchantress, whether this was Sylvie, whether this was a creation of Loki. But she pretty much says that she is Loki.
Now she just changed her name to Sylvie.
Correct.
Yeah, and you have to, just for the listeners out there, we're, speaking for me myself, I'm not into the comics. I've never read the comic books, so there could be stuff that that I think about these characters that could never possibly happen. So I don't know how closely they follow any of that, but I guess that it is relevant to bring that up, that we're not big comic book readers on this.
Correct. I thought this was a solid episode. I did have some built-in issues as the story progressed, and I wasn't a big fan of the climactic scene. I guess the last 5 to 10 minutes there at the end, but it was still a solid episode, and it definitely left me wanting to see how the fuck they're going to get out of this situation. Because they're in need of a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was a filler episode, then I'd say this was very good filler. I'm you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would say that it's more than filler, because we did get some really good moments, and we're going to lead into the best scenes, but we did get snippets of Sylvie's backstory. I think mostly just what she wanted to show you, or tell Loki in this case. We did get some explanation on her powers. I think we also kind of got the fact that our Loki is more powerful, as far as at least in magic, than Sylvie. Combat-wise, I feel like they're pretty even.
Yeah. I think we established that, I mean, our regular Loki thinks he's the shit. Like, he thinks he's the number one guy. I think we've established that Sylvie is on his level, but that he's been able to showcase some powers that have impressed her as well. So I think our Loki is maybe better than what we think, but not as good as what he thinks.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'd agree. And I feel like she's also probably holding back as well. She's probably got some other tricks up her sleeve that she hasn't shown us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think in a world where they could both use their powers, it's our regular Loki is certainly up to the fight.
Yeah, even though he can get thrown out of a train
by humans.
You gotta keep the story going. He was drunk, Dave.
He was full.
Hey, look.
He was very full.
Look, I've been. I mean, you guys know drunk Dave, so I mean, look, I could probably easily get thrown out of a train. But he wasn't hurt though, and he got that going.
I mean,
for him.
talking about Loki on the train, I mean, that's that's really kind of one of my favorite scenes of the week is just the opportunity they got to sit down and just kind of chit chat.
That was my pick.
And talk back and forth about his mom and her life and the differences and things like that. I thought that was a cool scene.
To me, that was easily the best scene.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the scene that I have written down because I think the show does a good, and this is the reason why I like the fact that the bad Loki is not just this guy playing himself, but the evil version, and then they went with a completely different casted person. She's and changed the sexes or whatever. So you could have these interactions like this because I feel like in real life, you would truly want to know how this alternate dimension version of you got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like Jason, I told you I saw your doppelganger the other day, man. Like this guy literally could have been variant Jason, but like the one that's addicted to meth and lives in this podunk part of town over here.
Jesus.
Yeah, this dude looked like Jason. Yes, yeah. In this case, you're Sylvie. I mean Loki. Whichever one.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy was meth Jason.
Okay.
But dude, it was crazy. He had the same fucking 5 head and everything.
God damn it! Why you gotta
unbelievable?
Why you gotta bring up Jason's forehead like that on the podcast?
Oh my god!
Oh, are you talking about his fucking super duper receding hairline?
Holy shit! I mean, look. Technically, you got everybody beat on the receding hairline. If you want to,
dude. That's right.
It's okay.
I've at least embraced it.
Yes.
Yeah. I would. The wife does not allow me to.
That's
I did go get a haircut. And they do that part where they do the mirror, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and they're like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "No, let me see, let me," see. And you're like, "Oh Jesus Christ." What
doesn't the barber like when you sit down in the chair? Isn't the barber kind of like laughing to himself, like stealing money from this asshole?
Probably like, bro. I wonder if this guy knows about the problems back here.
You're sitting
he's
down
over here just like he's just clicking his scissors like nonstop while you're not paying attention, just to make it sound like he's doing work. He's like, "All right, I'm done."
I'm done.
Jason sits down and he's like, "Yeah, I just need a trim." And he's like, "Yeah, you fucking only do."
Yeah.
If I do any more than a trim, bro, you ain't gonna have no hair.
Yeah, you ain't coming back.
Yeah. God.
That dude is just
anyway
stringing you along.
Anyway. But drunk Loki was fun. It made me think of Drunk Dave a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey man, Loki's got some chops.
Yeah, he's a good singer.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
I think the other scene I liked the most was just the scene where they actually warped into Lamentis 1, and she realizes it's like, wait, where did we just warp to? And then it's this whole like argument thing. They're fighting and all this stuff. I thought the interaction between them was really good in this episode. I was worried about it last week on like, I felt like it could have gone poorly, but I think she held her own.
I want to point out the scene where they're at the woman's house and the Sylvie goes to open the door and just gets fucking blasted.
Yeah.
And then Loki, he's like, "Oh, I got this. You're doing this all wrong." And then he transforms into the dude into the woman's I guess ex-husband or whatever. And he's like, "I'm back. I missed you." And then she just gets fucking blasted himself.
He would never.
He's never said anything that nice to me
in 20 years or whatever it was.
I thought it was so good. Like that popped me. The second shot popped me.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, I mean, we said it in the opening, but I do feel it missed the Mobius interaction with Loki, but as you guys have pointed out, Loki and Sylvie's interactions have been very good. Their chemistry is good.
Go ahead.
I just said their chemistry is good.
I don't think there was anything in this episode that really moved the story along too much. I mean, I guess there's two parts. Like you see Sylvie trying to get to the elevator to go to the timekeepers, and then obviously you get the big reveal, which is that the TVA agents are all variants.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone who lives in the
But
TVA.
other than that, I mean, there was not like those were like the TVA line was it was presented as a throwaway line. She's like, oh yeah, it's like a couple hundred years old, no big deal. But it was a big reveal for Loki. But other than that, the rest of it was just background story on Sylvie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and them
all
trying,
pretty good.
Yeah, them connecting, I guess, in a strange way that you have those certain situations where you have two people at odds with one another that team up to try and survive whatever the ordeal is in front of them.
Yeah. What do we got next, Jason?
Well, I mean, I'm genuinely curious since there was no Mobius in this episode. Who's the favorite character? I mean, I'll go first.
All right.
It's Loki.
Which one?
I mean, look, Sylvie is interesting, but the real Loki, the superior Loki, makes everything go.
I would say it's close, man. You know, I've flip flopped. I probably okay. I'm also gonna go Loki.
Which
but,
one?
Dude, I mean, I call Loki, and I call Sylvie. All right, let's not make this complicated. So
No, Dave, we're gonna make this shit complicated.
no, so I think Loki is just like I said, his interactions and everything. I think he was the glue this episode. Like he. We got a lot from Sylvie and her character. I think I'm very curious about her character going forward.
I will say this: the one thing, because I always put myself into some of the roles that as I'm watching, on how I would react. Not once did the genuine Loki actually ask Sylvie, like, why are you fucking doing this? Like, I think that's one question that I hope we get answered sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
because right now it just seems like a wanton, destruction. But we don't know. We don't know exactly why she's going after the timekeeper.
Yeah, I think my favorite character is going to continue to be Mobius.
Jesus.
Look, man, the episode suffered without him. Go read Twitter. Everybody was missing some Mobius in their life. So,
no, I pointed it out right off the top.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm pouring one out for Mobius in this episode. He's my guy.
Yeah. I agree with Jason. We can just say that that's one of my issues as well. Is I feel like we didn't get a why. We didn't get a why, and honestly, I feel like Sylvie is not the big bad, in my opinion.
No,
like not even by a long shot.
Timekeepers.
It's either it's timekeepers or some other mysterious person that hasn't been introduced or whatever. But like, I think Sylvie is being manipulated. She's a
pawn.
Unknowingly.
Mm-hmm. I remember stating that after the first episode, bringing that to the table as a question. Was if there was somebody behind her.
Cool, man. Hey, what about least favorite characters?
Mm-hmm. Look, it's hard to have one in this episode because the whole episode is carried by two people.
Yeah, I don't have one immediately.
I'm gonna say I don't have one.
Yeah. I'm gonna also abstain.
Okay. All right. We got issues.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the last. I thought basically like even though the last 10 minutes was heavy action, I was just like, why aren't they getting on this rocket? Like, yeah, they're supposed to. They're supposed to be leaving, and then like I realized, like, here's the thing. This is what I don't like about endings like this, especially when it's not like a season cliffhanger. Like, they have to make it off, right? because the story has to happen. So there's no. This is a faux tension situation. Like it's a cliffhanger, but like we all know they're getting off this fucking planet, right? So
but how, Dave?
I mean, who knows? It definitely ain't with the transporter or whatever, because when he showed that thing, he was like, it's right here. Oh, and it's.
I did take a bit of a tumble.
Yeah, dude, that shit. Yeah, dude, it was brutal.
Yeah. Not as much as issues. I have like maybe a couple of questions, but if y'all have issues, go ahead.
All right, we'll save the questions for the predictions and stuff. But no, in Dave's vein, you have 12 hours to get the fuck off this planet. You know, why are we dicking around, slow footing from place to place, chilling out on a rock, having a peaceful discussion? When they get to the edge and you see the city in front of them, they stand there and just kind of look at it for a bit, and they're still talking to each other. And it's like, at some point, like we got to move this shit along. Like, I don't want to be here when and watch the clock going 5, 4.
Yeah,
3.
but we know Loki. I mean, in all the times we've gotten to interact with him, I mean, he's supremely confident, overconfident at times.
Yeah. Yes, to his detriment, and I get that. It's just that.
So he's got to stay on character.
The other part that I had an issue with was I was not particularly a fan of the single shot action sequencing at the end because it felt like it was a lower budget shot in which the room was maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, and they just kind of flailed their arms like they were running everywhere, but they only really ran like 2 or 3 feet.
Man, you did that so fast, Jason.
Did you want them to be in a city that's falling down around them, Jason? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend the money, give me some CGI. Instead, they ran about 15 or 20 feet in a square, and then the art blows up, and I was just like, I just didn't like the way it. I just didn't like the way it looked.
It didn't feel impactful to you.
But I didn't buy their overselling of their actions. Like, I did not feel like they were actually running anywhere. That's all.
No, like I said, my only issue is this, just like how it ended. Not necessarily like the stuff that was happening on screen necessarily, but like it's like they knew exactly when, like that's my problem. Is it's not like they didn't know. It's not like they didn't know when this was going to happen. Like, they knew more or less to the minute when they had to get off this planet and they just didn't do it. So
they were literally late to their own funeral.
Yeah. But obviously that's not going to matter.
All right, so let's get right into, because that's the main question. Me and Josh talked about it a little bit, but how the fuck are they getting out of this? It's got to be the TVA, right?
I
think Mobius rolls up
100%. I feel like that's the only prediction, or a slight. I guess you could call this a prediction. Maybe the true big bad, who Sylvie is working with / for, comes in for the rescue.
All right, I don't hate that.
And then that's when Loki truly learns. That's when we get the why.
Yeah, well, I think we could get the why either way. Because if the TVA shows up and they got their glow sticks, and they zapped him out of there and stun him, then I guess you could get, then you could get a rundown.
Those sticks are not set to stun.
Yeah, no, they're set to delete.
They're
Good lord.
to melt.
Josh, I feel like you'd want one of those sticks, like you up at AP, and anybody gets out, like, boom, just whip that thing out and just be like, go away.
Where the customer said that he was going to shove a computer up one of my agent's asses. Oh yeah. Goodbye.
What do they call it when they do that to somebody?
What? Sodomize?
No. What is the term in this show when they delete somebody?
Reset. Is it a reset?
Yeah.
I think it is.
That's a hard reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just.
All right. So,
I had. Oh, good.
I was gonna say, no, you got some questions. We can.
Well, I was just gonna say the one thing I noticed in the episode is Sylvie's little horn crown with the broken horn. Like, what do you think the broken horn symbolizes?
So,
What do you think? You guys pick up on that at all?
So I this was like last week for episode 2. I saw online because I was just looking at some other people's thoughts on it after we had recorded our podcast, and apparently, unless it means something in this show, it's a throwback to a comic book with that character.
I just figured that it was more in line with her rougher upbringing.
Yeah, maybe just showing some wear and tear.
Yeah, she didn't have the pampered existence of our regular Loki.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was any real significance or anything. I thought it was an interesting choice to have this broken horn on her. So I didn't know if it actually played into the story at all, or if maybe we'll see it pop up in the next 3 episodes.
I actually really like it. I would like to see how that would look on Loki. That would be cool.
I wonder, like, does Loki change into her at some point, and that's the only way you can tell the difference is, maybe he doesn't duplicate the horns, maybe he doesn't. For some reason, that doesn't jive or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I asked this to Josh earlier, and he said no. So, Dave, I got to ask you: at any point, did you think these 2 Lokis were about to get some Loki on Loki action?
Not a chance.
Really?
No.
Wow. No Homelander on Homelander action, huh?
No. I mean, like, it's.
There's some definite chemistry there.
Well, yeah, it's himself. Or
yes, I know, but some of it was a little creepier, in my opinion.
Jason, are you saying that if you met Variant Jason, that you'd be like,
you'd be like, damn, he's good looking.
Well, slow down. First, I'd have to be a chick, and I'm pretty sure if I was a chick, I'd be pretty smoking.
I don't even want to
Dude,
take
how
further.
bad would that hair look if you were a chick, bro?
Oh, God damn it.
how high up would she have to draw her eyebrows to try and, like, even out the hair?
I have good eyebrows. It would definitely be like some kind of
a wig.
Wig or weave or something, or a wig.
Jesus Christ.
Implants.
Dave, here's what you got to do this week when you send out the podcast.
I'm dying.
You got to send out female variant versions of all 3 of us.
Look. There's apps. There's apps that you could do on your phone. Go ahead and yeah.
Nope.
Go. Let's do it. Let's see what the variant versions of us looks like.
I don't have that app.
You don't need to have it. I just use a picture I have of you.
I just know that I'm good looking.
I think we already have a fucking picture of Jason in a stupid ass wig anyway.
That's right, we do. Here,
all you gotta do is erase some of the hair right here. Get it more up into this region.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
All right. So other predictions.
I guess one other question I had was the significance of finding out that all the agents are TVA. Or, I mean, all the TVA agents are variants.
So
how did we not think of that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, that seems like very low hanging fruit in terms of predictions. Like that was an easy one.
But none of us thought of it.
No,
I think when you look at, like, we got okey doked, right? When you look in this hand, you have Infinity Stones that they use as paperweights.
Yep.
And so I think we're in the same boat as Loki is. We're buying into the mystique of, well, these guys must be, like, there must be some kind of power here. And so, like, I would just buy in that they're just a different type of race or person.
Yeah.
It never dawned on me that they were variants.
Now, here's the next question. have they been in the TVA so long that they forgot, or are the timekeepers like wiping their memories?
I think it's a memory
I think they're
suppression.
wiping their memories.
It's like some type of, but I would say it's there because, and we kind of got that from the show because whenever Sylvie was interrogating the TVA officer, she mentioned she had
margaritas.
Yeah, she was mentioning she had to take her back all the way to some previous
like 200 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, like just to get to a familiar, like to basically trigger something.
Yep.
So,
but
I think the worst part about all of this is the fact that, one, we should have seen it and I didn't, and two, this makes for such great storytelling going forward.
Yes.
Yeah. I think just knowing that she's been there for 200 something years, I think it just answers the question that I think we all kind of got answered for us earlier in the week is we're in the quantum realm.
Yes. 100%.
Like if we're, because we know time moves differently here, people age differently. She's been in here for 200 years and looks the same.
Exactly the same.
Yep.
So we're in the quantum realm at this point.
Correct. Yeah, they never say what time or where you are, so that's really all it can be. And with all of the references to this quantum realm, whether it's Ant-Man or like Doctor Strange, it's really the only place that it can be.
Yep.
We brought this up. Did we? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we bring this up on our first episode about who we might see if we're going to see any familiar faces?
Yep.
Yes.
Has that changed, or do you have any additions?
Well, we had Doctor Strange, Thor, Agent of Shield, Coulson. But I mean, now I feel like we could see Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Or the Wasp. Whichever one works for less money to show up in a TV show.
Oh, whichever actor.
Yeah.
Well, probably the Wasp.
Yeah. Well,
and by the Wasp, I mean the fine ass Wasp.
Yeah.
Well, Paul Rudd has definitely figured out. Paul Rudd is living in the quantum realm himself, because that.
Are you saying he's fine ass Paul Rudd, Dave?
No,
is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that Paul Rudd looks exactly like he did from Clueless, pretty much.
I know.
No, I was just curious if we had any other additions to that.
I still think we're due for somebody to make a cameo. But now, I do have a question now. So now that we've kind of reached this quantum realm rumor, we did come across like a theory during the middle of the week, which we passed around each other, and which had some other parts to it. And I think the main part of this, for me, is that in the upcoming Ant-Man movie, we have been told who the main villain is going to be. It's a person by the name of Kang the Conqueror.
Yep.
Now, it does not say specifically, but during episode 1, when the cartoon, the Minute Watch or whatever the hell.
Minute Maid?
Minute Maid. She's going through it, there's a bit of a cartoon and stuff, and one of the timekeepers looks very similar to Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
And so when me and Dave did some research for the first episode on the timekeepers, because we wanted to see if this was just part of the show or if this was canon as far as going back further into the comics. The timekeepers were real in the comics in the 70s, etc. It doesn't mention Kang the Conqueror as a timekeeper, but me and Dave argued about this, and I didn't go research it. There were either 3 or 4 original timekeepers, and one of them became evil and left the group. So it could still be Kang the Conqueror. Which I think would be a really cool tie-in if you get Kang the Conqueror in Loki TV series on Disney Plus before he hits the big screen in Ant-Man.
Yeah, because then you get people familiar with, a slightly more obscure, probably not obscure for comic book readers, but obscure for, your average audience.
Correct.
Gives
For
them
just
an opportunity.
Marvel movie fans.
Yeah, you give people an opportunity to like get familiar with somebody.
Look, it's safe to say, like, you have to watch everything Marvel puts out that ties back to the universe.
Yeah,
Like, they have a new show that's out right now, right? It's Eternals. Am I lagging, or did everybody just pause there?
Everybody paused there.
because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
What's it called?
So there's a newer. I think it's called Eternals.
That's a movie? That's a film upcoming film.
Is it? I thought it was a show.
No, it's an upcoming movie. November 5th. It's got a $200 million budget.
Oh, okay.
200 million.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to play somewhat into this. I was got Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek. Oh shit! Find that Selma.
From what I understand, like the Eternals.
Oh, it's got
like,
Jon Snow
and Rob Stark.
and Rob Stark. Yeah.
From what I understand, the Eternals are the big bad, like Thanos god style heroes, if you want to call them heroes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much interaction they're going to have with any of the actual Marvel characters, but it should be pretty cool.
I don't know. I feel like you got to watch everything that's coming out Marvel related right now.
Look, I know some people get superhero fatigue or whatever, but like if I see a Marvel movie and it's got a $200 million budget and it's loaded with stars, like I'm gonna watch it. Like it's going to be a good time, especially now that you can actually go see the movie in theaters and stuff. That'll be an experience.
Yep.
What else we got?
I agree. Any other questions or issues with season or episode 3?
No, I think I'm ready to watch episode 4.
Yeah, I think we've successfully completed another podcast.
Hell yeah! All right.
Just in case I'm lagging, I'm going early.
Oh yeah, you're
Live long and prosper.
Take it easy.
Later.